Well, for more on the story, we cross to our reporter Mzwandile Mbeje, who's at the Commission for us. Mzwandile, this witness, very interesting indeed. We've known nothing of him until now. And of course, they've decided that they would like that data to be submitted as evidence, but it's quite a lot of data. Who's going to go through it? How long will it take? It'll be the next 5 years.
Perhaps, Nombu, what I can say is that for the first time we have a picture of how those Gupta Leaks came about. You remember when those Gupta Leaks made headlines about some of the activities of the Guptas with regards to some of the officials in the parastatals and government. So this individual today, the witness, is basically giving a clearer picture as to how we got to this situation. But of course, as you've indicated, before the process could start, the legal team of the Commission needed to apply to the judge so that these hard drives could be admissible when this whole process continues. And of course, it's a very long and tedious process. And I think the fact that some of those people who are whistleblowers are available to give evidence next year in July does tell you, Nompu, that there's a lot of reading of those hard drives that will have to be done. But of course, already some work towards it has already been done. So it's going to be very interesting, Nompu, going forward, and how perhaps the Guptas will respond to this. We know they are not prepared to come back to South Africa, but this directly implicates them. So at the time when this issue was raised, they said it was fake emails. But as far as the evidence that we have had here is that it's not possible that this could be fake, because it has been gone through a very thorough process. Certain forensics have been done. So it's reasonably, it's actually very true that these leaks are real. It's not fake, as perhaps was alleged by the Guptas then.
Mzwandile, obviously the originators of all of this information, their identities are being kept secret at the moment. But by virtue of the admission of the evidence, presumably their identities will become known. Are they going to get some special protection?
Indeed, even the current witness, the Brian Karen, who is giving evidence, he's got quite a heavy protection because they consider this very serious and very sensitive. And at the time when they requested to be outside of the country, they wanted to be outside of the country for about 2 years because they wanted to assess the political situation. And I think in their view is that when they return around July next year, and they will be prepared to testify. And I think at the time, Nompu, their identity is in all likelihood will be revealed, but we cannot say this for sure. It will really depend on a number of processes and what really transpires as this process takes its course. But yeah, it's quite interesting, Nompu. It's the kind of information and the kind of issues that were happening, and how even this story broke. I mean, those people who had the copies, rather the hard drives, so negotiating, rather discussing with Amapungane, the investigative team, how this thing will be done. But before they knew, it was all in the public through what they say, the Sunday Times. So yes, it's quite a long and tedious process, really, that will have to be watched very closely. And of course, at the end, I think the truth will out.
And we know you'll be watching very closely for us. Thanks very much, Mzwandile. My colleague Mzwandile Mbeje, reporting from the State Capture Inquiry. Nzinga?